Gonna take my bike out, take my bike. Gonna ride it slowly, gonna ride just how I like. Gonna take my bike out, take my bike. Gonna ride it slowly, gonna ride just how I like.
Hi, my name's Justin Wagner, and I am one of the co-owners of Freeze Thaw Cycles bike shop on Allen Street here in State College.
My name is Jordan Drayton. I'm a co-owner here at Freeze Thaw Cycles. I founded the shop in 2004 with Justin Wagner, with some help from our friend Corey Lev, who lives in Pittsburgh these days.
We're a bike shop that specializes in many different styles of bicycles, mostly new nowadays. In our earlier days we did the flip side, we did a lot of used bikes. And another big thing we do is bicycle service, so any kind of small to big services for bikes, tune-ups and modifications, repair work. Being in a college town, a lot of people commute by bike, so we're constantly having bikes come in that have just been out in the weather. And then we also have a large network of mountain bike trails around, and people come to ride those from all over the place, come to us when they need parts and service. We've kind of evolved into being as a really well-rounded shop. In our earliest days we were very, very small, service and used bikes only.
Justin and I had a clever name for a bike product long before we had a product or a shop.
A big thing we had kind of gotten into was building used bikes up for ourselves and for friends to ride as commuter bikes, and a lot of time in our home shop, which was a small apartment downtown.
Word of mouth spread that we made some really nice basic commuter bikes, really affordable out of used parts, and people just started showing up at our apartment on the west end of town here looking for bikes.
We saw kind of an option of actually opening the shop downtown, having a legit location.
Justin and I had the keys to our first space, which is the basement under where Dunkin' Donuts currently is, next to the comic book store, on Justin's birthday, mid-February.
When we opened in 2005, that was a big risk for us. We were not even out of school. We had no real money to speak of. We started on a shoestring budget.
We leased a space and we completely gutted it and made it into a working space on our own.
When we opened, we really had no clue if this was going to go over well on a big scale, and it actually did. We were busy from day one. We had a lot of people coming in, students, people that work on campus, just people that live in town that were interested, and we started getting donations and people bringing us interesting trades.
In less than a year's time, we had to lease our second space, which was in Calder Way in the old split-level buildings from the 70s. I went to McClanahan's one day to get lunch, walked out, looked across the street, and saw the for lease sign hanging in the front of what was then the end result, which is now our new store on Allen Street, and started making phone calls, and within a few days we met the owner of the building, really hit it off with them, and knew it was going to be a good thing, and here we are. We've been here for over 3 years now, and it's been awesome for us. The space is great.
As far as where we see the shop going, we've experienced a crazy amount of growth. We'll call it organic growth that we just allowed to happen as we worked really hard.
You could say we're just kind of going with the flow. We don't have lofty ambitions of profits or number of employees or locations or square feet.
Part of our success, it sounds really simple, but it's just treating others fairly and listening to them. And we get some pretty odd requests from people. A lot of shops only want to do it one way, and they really discard a lot of people. And in the age of the internet where you can buy things pretty cheap, one thing we can offer is our service. I'd like to see us not necessarily just keep growing and growing, but find a spot where we can level off and just keep doing what we do and still enjoy it.